Today, I'm gonna make my very own Ducky Momo from Phineas and Ferb. I always wanted a toy of him as a kid, and now that I'm a grown-up with free will, I think I'm just gonna try to make one. And we're gonna start by just chopping the end off of the styrofoam egg, giving us this cute little gumdrop shape, just like how we started the base for our Gunther a couple years ago. Now let's use some needle felt here to give him some color. Here's the body all finished. I also went over it with a thin coat of Mod Podge just to help hold it all in place. But he is still missing that little tuft on top of his head, and for that I'm just going to use a piece of this sheet of felt. Here's our little tuft here. I used my X-Acto and a popsicle stick to kind of widen the slit in the top of his head. And then I'm going to try to also use the popsicle stick to kind of stick it down in there. Okay, that's pretty cute. Now for his other details like his eyes, beak, and feet, I could also needle felt those, but I think I want them to have a little bit of a different texture. So I'm going to instead sculpt them using some epoxy sculpt. Now it's the next morning and our pieces are all dry. I also went in with the Dremel, which I never used before, to go in on the back of the beak to make it a bit more concave, which is just going to help it sit nicely on the face. I also went ahead and glued some earring posts onto all the pieces, which is just going to help them stick into the styrofoam better. Now we're going to add some paint, outlines, doink, doink. Seal them all up. And while those dry for the final detail, I'm going to use a needle and thread to make all the little stitching details on the front. And here is our little Ducky Momo all finished. He turned out very round. I knew that going into it, but he is like almost a sphere. But you know what? I think it gives him charm. And I also went in and added some outlines on his wings and little tuft because I always think adding them just makes things look a bit more cartoony. Super cute, super goofy, head empty. Maybe he can be Ducky Momo when he was like a baby or something. Yeah, we'll go with that.